So, are we sure this team's trying to make the playoffs? Are they really? Are they really? You just lost 6-1 to the New York Islanders, and I just watched 18 guys go out on the ice and not give a shit. Actually, I lied because there is a line that actually did give a shit, but the rest blew. The rest of the team sucked. What an embarrassing way to go out there and go with your playoff push that we're supposedly going for. If you kept it competitive, because I understand, I knew it was not possible to win every game, but at least be competitive. These kind of losses I will accept more earlier in the season. Down the stretch when you're trying to make the playoffs, if you're taking these kind of losses, you gotta fold and think twice about, and look in the mirror and think twice about your chances of making the playoffs. Just simply not good. Simply not good in every single aspect of the game. No awareness in the defensive zone, lack of coverage at the point, making it easy to get through the neutral zone for them. They made it way too easy in their own end or in the Islanders' end, meaning their own end, made it way too easy for them defensively. Way too much open ice for them. They sucked in every aspect of this game. I don't know how else to say it. I could just close the video out here because they just sucked in every aspect of the game. No, it doesn't suck though. Fade grips. You can get grips on your controller like this for 20% off using code Python by clicking the link in the description. And while you're going down there, please be sure to follow me on Twitter because I do tweet after the game for your thoughts and questions, or both. And I also would appreciate it if you guys could leave a like, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on. I'm keeping it short with that today because I am pissed off with this loss. And I'm sorry for not getting the video out last night. Ended up being a little bit busy. And then I went over to my friend's house to watch this game. So I wasn't home right there for the game. So, or right after the game. So, I couldn't get it up. I just couldn't get the video up in time. But what was that? I mean, seriously, what was that coaching decision wise? Anything? I feel bad for Igor. I feel bad because they were lazy. Zero fucks given about this game for the Rangers. None. And you just sensed it. Like, I obviously haven't uploaded the past two games, but those past two games, you sensed it that this was going to be the type of game that we were going to have against the Islanders. I said earlier in the season about multiple losses, and this is how I felt about our wins, or no, about certain wins, I mean, where it's like if it was not New Jersey or Buffalo, we would end up losing this game with how we played. And that's how you kind of felt with New Jersey with the last two games. The way they played was unacceptable, where they'd get a bunch of goals, throw their hands up, sit back, relax, do nothing. David Quinn shuffles the lines against New Jersey way too much, and it didn't work. And then he puts the lines together, they work. Well, guess what? Guess what worked tonight? Nothing. Nothing. And the fact that there was never a timeout called by David Quinn, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Especially in that third period when they are feasting on all this open ice we're giving them. After, in the third period when Pajot scored and Bailey, I know it's 5-1 at that point, but you got to call a timeout. You have to call a timeout there. At least try to call a timeout, because you saw what happened against Washington earlier in the year where we potted a couple goals. Maybe you do it again. Maybe you do it again. You got to call a timeout and regather your guys and try to get something going to at least end this game at least close. At least end the game closer than you did. But no, instead, A minute later, Jordan Eberle scores, and the Rangers still no timeout. And then in the last 5 minutes, hey, all of a sudden, wait, we're at the Nassau Coliseum playing a hockey game? Sorry, I hit my mic there, by the way. But, oh, we're at the Coliseum playing a hockey game? That's what it felt like with the Rangers. The only 3 guys that seemed like that they knew they were at a hockey game the whole time was Kakko, Chytil, and Lafreniere. That line was the best line. The only ones generating offense, the only ones with smart defensive coverage when they had to be in the defensive zone, the only line that didn't get any ice time also. You see the problem here, because we've addressed this. David Quinn with rolling out all 4 lines against New Jersey. Did it work? Yeah. What does he not do against the Islanders? Roll out all 4 lines. The lack of discipline wasn't there also. Forgot to mention that. Although the Fox high stick penalty pissed me off. The fact that they called that a penalty, I'm sorry. I don't care who you're rooting for. That was directly on the follow through of a shot or from a pass, dumping it around, whatever he was doing there. I don't even remember, because I'm trying to forget about this game, like I'm sure the Rangers are. Hopefully they are. They better burn the tape on this one, because that's all you really could do apparently. But all I remember is it was a follow through, and they call a high stick on that when the guy skated right into Fox's stick. Stupid call. Stupid call. Matt Martin injures Jacob Trouba in the game. And, you know, for as much as we hate on Trouba, we did realize one thing tonight: the importance of Jacob Trouba in the lineup. We really did. We really need to learn to appreciate it, because watching Anthony Bitetto and Brendan Smith is the worst. Both -3 on the night. They are so embarrassing. They just aren't good at hockey at all. They just aren't. I mean, Anthony Bitetto, this guy giving great opportunities. I'm pretty sure that first goal was when he gave Bailey that great opportunity to just bury one. I mean, this guy just sucks. This guy sucks. No defensive awareness at all. And how many times did the Rangers have guys fall back towards Shesterkin because Bitetto and Smith were so incapable of playing defense and playing in front of Igor that they had to have all the forwards fall back, and then you'd have a guy wide open at the point who could just fire a shot on goal and feast from that. Luckily, none went in, but guess what? If you allow that and then you have your guys skating up to try to cover the point last second, there's gonna be someone there for a rebound to get a rebound goal and score. I don't know what else to tell you. But Jacob Trouba was clearly missed because we needed some sort of fire back from the team. We needed some sort of fire back, and we got literally none at all. No fight back at all. None. When the hell is Chris Kreider going to step up and drop the gloves there? When the hell is someone going to take a stand? And I don't want to hear right now anyone tell me Brendan Lemieux would have took a stand against guys like Matt Martin. He would have got whooped. The only guy that would have been able to take him was Jacob Trouba. Let's be real. And that's got to be a question going into the offseason for the Rangers. Do you add veterans for your bottom six? As much as we want these young guys to play, as much as we need Morgan Barron to get a spot and all these guys, I'm sorry, you need a veteran. You need a veteran in here, but you need someone that's not like Brendan Lemieux, who has nothing to give but fighting. Look at the Toronto Maple Leafs with a guy like Wayne Simmons. The guy could produce offensively, and he could drop the gloves if you need him to. Nick Foligno also on the Leafs. The guy could be a pain in the ass to deal with for the Leafs, but guess what? He also produces offensively. You need guys like that in your lineup, and the Rangers have none of that. None. Sure, they have Trouba, but again, he wasn't there. And defensively, you're only going to get younger with Nils Lundkvist and Zach Jones coming in next year. So offensively, as much as the Colin Blackwell story is cool and all, as much as Morgan Barron slotting into the lineup will be great and all, I'm sorry, you got to replace one of these guys with someone that is going to actually be a piece of shit out there on the ice, and that's actually going to, that could produce offensively, like I said, but also going to be a pain in the ass for the other team to deal with. Like a guy like Matt Martin that the Islanders have. He may not produce the most offensively, but at least he does something. And again, he's a pain in the ass. I don't expect any of the young guys to take his stand, but guys like Kreider, Smith, they were pussies last night. They were pussies last night completely. Even Brett Howden sometimes will drop the mitts. And none of that from him. What am I supposed to celebrate from that game? Kevin Rooney scoring a deflection goal. Cool. I mean, it was just insane. It was just insane. And oh my God, this team could still make the playoffs somehow, and it's wild to me. It's wild to me because if you're gonna play like that against, if you're gonna play like that, then I don't want you in the playoffs. Like, again, this is just the whole thing of benefiting from the Mickey Mouse part of the schedule where you're playing New Jersey and Buffalo and you're going on these win streaks. And you know what they did to all of us this win streak? You know what that win streak did to all of us? It boosted us up. It gave us the confidence that we should not have had. Because you know what though? I'll at least be the one to say it, where in the last 2 games against New Jersey, like I said earlier in the video, I just sensed this kind of loss coming. I just sensed it coming from a team that's not New Jersey or Buffalo. I just sensed it. That Trouba injury, though, we have no update on it, so that's just great. People said that he apparently was in concussion protocol, which I don't know how true that is, but we will wait and see for an update. I am actually going to check Rangers Twitter quickly to see if we do have any sort of update. Oh wow, they're tweeting at practice right now. That's funny. That's cute. Doesn't look like we have any Trouba updates. The last that we got was him not returning to the game last night. And I mean, the fact that I don't care who you root for there also. The fact that they were, I heard some fans, it wasn't all, because if anyone was at the game and is watching this video for some reason, yeah, I'm not saying it's specifically you, but the fact that some fans cheered that Trouba got hurt also pissed me off, but whatever. That's the least of my worries, considering the fact that they sucked from head to toe with this game. That's more my concern. And the fact that David Quinn just has no idea what he's doing. The fact that the top 6 got way too much ice time, and the fact that, like, when are we gonna learn? When are we gonna learn? Let's get to Twitter. I'm out of words. If I recorded this last night, I'd be screaming my head off. That's kind of why I waited a day also, or why I should be glad that I was busy, I should say, because if I recorded it last night, oh boy, the raw emotion would have been insane. New York Style 24 says, who do you think we get in the draft, and what do you see our record being for the end of the season? You're already on the draft. I mean, I can't blame you. I've been ahead of that. I've been waiting for who we get in the draft. I mean, it depends. Do you win the lottery again? Because if you do, I'd like to see them go Matty Beniers if they do win the lottery, get a center, and then that gives you the ability, the flexibility to trade a guy like Morgan Barron to even get another center if you want to get maybe in Jack Eichel. Maybe you could, or maybe even you use that pick to help you acquire a Jack Eichel. You could make some sort of package there, but if it's a middle pick, hey, your guess is as good as mine with who they're drafting. Because I have no clue. I have no clue. I still have to do my my tape reviews and do my my own scouting reports that I shouldn't say that I do regularly, because this is kind of my first year going like this in depth with the draft. Last year I kind of went a little in depth last minute, but I already started some tape. I did some tape on Atu Ratty. I did. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name. I did some tape on Luke Hughes. I'm still going over my tape with certain prospects, and at some point I'll get a mock draft out at some point, but I'm gonna wait till the lottery and everything before I do that, which, hey, looks like we'll be tuning into the lottery, huh? NYR10 says, thoughts on Trouba's injury, and what do you think it is? Like I said, people are saying concussion. I'm not sure. I'm not going to make an assumption on what it is, but all I know is nothing good's going to come from it, and it's scary. We'll get Zach Jones into the lineup, but that's not how I want him to get into the lineup. I want him to get into the lineup because coaching realizes that Anthony Bitetto cannot play hockey. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. But that's going to be the video. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Other than that, it's been Python. I'm out. Peace.